Good afternoon. I want to start off today with the story of the Got Milk campaign. Most of you have probably heard of it. Most of you probably remember it. It was iconic for a long time, was retired in 2014. The story is really interesting. So, back in 1993, milk consumption in the U.S. was way down. So in 1975, I think average American consumption, or average per person consumption by Americans, was around 250 pounds per person a year. 250 pounds per milk per person per year. By 1993, when the campaign started, it had fallen to, let's see here, 210 pounds a person. So there was, roughly a 37 pound per person drop in that time frame. It's way worse today. I'll get to that. And so the California Milk Processors Board, they were looking for a way to increase sales. And so they commissioned the ad agency Goodby, Silverstein and Partnership to try and turn it around, to start an ad campaign that would solve all the woes of the California industry. The California dairy industry, milk, it's like 20% of the U.S. dairy industry, or I should say milk production. There's obviously many other products in dairy, but it all goes hand in hand. California, a big player, so they commissioned this ad agency to help get a campaign going. And instead of going after your typical milk has calcium, milk is nutritious, that angle, they went after here's the problem that milk solves, and here's how it can be for you if you don't have milk. They sold the problem that milk solves rather than any specific benefits of milk, which I think probably at that point were pretty tried and even just worn out. So the commercial was the Aaron Burr commercial. The commercial is a history buff is sitting there eating a peanut butter sandwich. He hears on the radio, a trivia question comes up on the radio. Win $10,000 if you can tell us who assassinated Alexander Hamilton. Well, he knows. He calls in with a mouthful of peanut butter sandwich, and he's trying to answer the question. It's Aaron Burr, but he can't. It's muffled because of all the peanut butter in his mouth. So he sees some milk, he pours some milk. He's like, this will help. I'll get the milk down. I'll drink the milk, and then it can answer the question. I can say it's Aaron Burr, win the $10,000. He's out of milk. It's not enough. The radio guys hang up on him, and then it cuts to the end scene, all lowercase letters, got milk. And the ad campaign was a smash success. It couldn't have been any more successful in terms of just taking off as a campaign. Celebrities got involved with it. It just became pop culture. Got milk. It was everywhere. The milk mustache was a thing. And, I think in California, milk sales rose by like 7-8%. It wasn't just insignificant. But as successful as the campaign was, selling the problem and uniting an industry to sell together, as of 2023, another roughly 25 years later, or 30, average milk consumption is down now, average American consumption per year. So the average American consumes, as of 2023, about 128 pounds of milk per year. The industry has still milk consumption is still down. It didn't matter how successful the campaign was. Milk consumption still continued to decline, which just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how successful your campaign is, your ad campaign, if you're going against a tide that is, or a cultural tide that can't be pushed back. It doesn't matter how successful you are at selling a product if that cultural tide is moving in one direction. And it has been moving towards alternate beverage consumption. Milk had a dominant presence in beverage consumption for a long time. I think maybe peaking in the 70s. But then you have other alternative drinks juices, soda, tea, coffee. I don't know how much coffee competes with it, but just a bevy of different drinks. I remember Mark Zuckerberg saying, like, Facebook's biggest competitor is not Snapchat, it's YouTube, it's alternative forms of entertainment. Same with milk. It's not skim milk that's competing with milk or water, whatever. It's new beverages that have come out, and so milk consumption is still down. Now I think Gen Z maybe is turning that around a little bit. I don't know for sure. We definitely need to be consuming more milk, but milk consumption is just an interesting story overall. How it's changed, where it started, where it's gone. Even in the got milk, how successful advertising, even that can't turn it around. Interesting fun fact though about that commercial, that Aaron Burr commercial. Go watch it. Do you know who the director of that commercial was? The recent film school graduate at the time in 1993, Michael Bay. You always seem to find, like, in these successful beginnings, there's like successful people involved with it, or who would later go on to be successful. Michael Bay, the Michael Bay that did Transformers and many other movies, he directed that Got Milk commercial, the first one. Anyway, thought you might find that interesting. Now on to my to-do list for the week. All right, let me go over some of these with you. So the goal here is to post 3 short form videos for Stateside. When I say short form, I'm talking like Reels, TikTok. I think Facebook has one, but I don't know. Just as long as it's on Reels and TikTok, short form videos. So 3 short form videos. I kind of need to write a new product summary overview, so sort of see where things are at. I've got quotes out for packaging and capsules. Remember, I gave you a little hint of what that new product is. Design. There's a lot of sort of balls in the air right now, so I want to kind of get everything in place. Where is everything at? Put it all on paper and just see where we need to go. I've got to follow up with TurboPack and AccuPick. These are new companies that I'm looking to help get a pouch opener made. I've got samples sent to TurboPack. They should be in today. Actually, AccuPick did get back with me today, so I'll probably follow up with them tomorrow, see what's going on. The other thing I've got to do is get the pack room ready for our electrician to come in, and he's actually going to hang some hose reels for us for compressed air so we can clean things off in there. He is going to get the PLC installed, put some UFO lights so it's brighter. He's got all kinds of things to do, so I want to get it ready for him. I want to make sure it's clean. I want to make sure that the hose reels and all the air tubing is in place, as well as the UFO lights. Make sure it's a clean space. I'm going to get all that organized. I didn't put this on the to-do list, but I need to get the Stateside 8-ounce packs that we packaged on Friday. I want to get that shipment sent out today. That's roughly 200 packs sent to Amazon. I want to do that tomorrow. I want to also put together just a general punch list for the pack room. All the things that need to get done for it, so I kind of know how to manage that going forward. Stay organized with that. Remember, I told you I'm trying to get a little bit more organized. The pack room, I've got a number of things I got to do on there. I've got to get the roof secure. I've got to get a dehumidifier put in there. I've got to just get it cleaned up. All the stuff with the hose reels and the electrician, that's all included on there. So I want to put together just a general like project list, punch list for the pack room. I want to get the lab cleaned up. I want to get the office cleaned up, my office. I've got just some general possible follow-up stuff with the pack room, like getting some TPO roofing put on. We're hoping to partner with our lessor on this to get some things done. I got to follow up with them. The dehumidifier, our group that's putting that in, I got to follow up with them. And then I kind of went over all the product design, quotes, all those things. I got to do follow up with all that stuff. And then I decided with filming, with lab stuff, I think there's a way that I can both continue doing Rubisco extraction research, product development, while also filming that for TikTok, for Stateside. I think anything I'm doing in the lab for research can also be filmed and used to make videos for Stateside. And so but the last thing I want to do on there is actually get some ultrafiltration done on that clear brown juice. Assuming it still looks okay, I think it should be fine. That's my to-do list for the week. Those are the goals for the week, okay? So here is my to-do list for Monday, 8/11 today. All right? And so I want to clean the lab today. I want to get the office cleaned up, and I want to get one short form video done. That is today's list. Okay, so the goal here is going forward, you see my list, you know my list for the week, and then you see my list for that specific day, and then you get to see me do those big ticket items. There's more things that I have to do, but some of that stuff is just ancillary, those other things. The things that I just showed you really are the big ticket items I want to get done for the week. To move Stateside forward, to move Rubisco research forward. Those are the big things I want to get done. And so the goal is you see me on camera doing all those things. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, how do you do posting the short form? Well, I'm screen record the process on my computer. I'm gonna open CapCut on my computer, do a screen record, and you'll see like an edited version of me putting that video together. Today is the video, some of the stuff we did on Friday, filming, packaging. You'll see some of that in a screen recording, an edited version of that. Obviously, you don't see all of it. No one wants to see all that. And then cleaning the lab, cleaning the office. So that is today. That is what I'm hoping to get done today, and I think that covers it. So, okay. First thing is cleaning the office, and we'll start there. All right. See you in a little bit. Shred. Here's my base for my smoothie. Here's the stuff that I put in it right here. Go over and mix this up. I put about 60 grams in here, or 60 grams from here into my shaker. It's got psyllium husk, wheatgrass powder, collagen peptides, some mineral salts, some mushrooms. I also put some of this brain supplement in there from Millennium Health. Got a bunch of good things. Just a little sachet. Obviously can't mix that up in the powders. My eggs experiment, calcium experiment a while back. You gotta drink it fast because of psyllium husk. They start to absorb the water, they get real gelled up in there. Well done, I'll be right back. So when I was testing out bags, that bag seal that we use for Stateside, to seal these bags, there was an option for nitrogen flushing. So basically you could there's a tube that would go down into the bag and flush with nitrogen, and you can dispel oxygen from a bag. You're going to have a potentially your product it won't undergo oxidation, and so it can stay more green. It will be more nutrient dense, and so we wanted to know if this actually affected things. So I did some tests where I would flush the bag out with nitrogen, put product in there. And we did some side-by-side tests with some other product. We saw no difference, and so we didn't do anything with the nitrogen flushing. We didn't get it. It was an expensive add-on, and it was going to make the process much less efficient, and it didn't do anything. So, all right, much better. Not perfect, not great, but that will do for now. All right, check clean office off the list. So I'm gonna do my best to get basically the office, the lab cleaned up to the extent that who's ever coming in next, the cleaners can get it like all the way across the finish line, just basically getting stuff picked up, you know. Let's see here, receipt, keep this receipt, but I won't show it to you. This is going in the back of the truck. This is going in the back of the truck. Back of the truck as well. This is not what you think it is. I guarantee you'll never guess what this is. No, I'm not telling you what it is. All right, hammers, whoops, careful. Wrench, scissors. I might leave the scissors here. Nah, take it with me. I hung some curtains for my wife this weekend, yesterday, and I made the mistake, I guess it's a mistake, I don't know, of not specifying exactly what she wanted. Like what is it she wanted with these curtains? I know that seems silly because I just thought she wanted curtains in the living room. She wanted to have curtains hung up, I don't know, to, you know, block the sun, like control the light in the room. And yeah, they look nice for sure, but so, you know, she had to go pick up our kids. My kids were, some of my kids, not all of them, starting to probably guess that I have a lot of kids. They were with my parents this last weekend, their grandparents, and how am I gonna wrap these up? Got a little cord right here. She went to go pick them up, meet my mom, and so before she left, we're specifying what it is she wants, you know, where the curtains need, where the brackets need to end so the curtains can be there and all of those things. And we come to an agreement about 11.5 inches past the window frame. Okay, so I get the brackets mounted and all is good. She comes home and she takes a look at them, and there were some things that I was not happy with. There was a little bit of wood in the center portion of that third bracket that goes in the middle. There's a little wood in there, and so my drill sort of ran a little bit on me when I was trying to drill my bottom hole for my bracket, and that I didn't like that, so I had to move the bracket over. And so there's some things about it that I didn't like, that I was not really aware of, I didn't think about. And whatever, it was fine though. I felt good enough about the project. Very basic project, well. And she comes and tells me she's looking at him when she gets back, and she likes him at first, and then she says, well, you know, I want the curtains to be able to push all the way out. Like, I don't want them to be able to, you know, be all the way in the frame of the window. I want them like up against the rod at the very end. Like, I don't want them to be seen in the frame. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're curtains. You're using them to prevent light from getting in the room or to block light. And no, that's not why she put the curtains up. No, she wanted the curtains up just as a decorative little garnish to the room. Which I found this out after I mounted the curtains. And you might imagine that knowing that would have been good for me when starting the project. Knowing that the curtains were going to be more of an aesthetic than they actually were going to be functional. And so I was extremely polite and cordial, and we had a very objective and thorough conversation about what it is she wanted and how I could do better the next time. It's not exactly how it went, but you might guess. You might guess. Curtains are up now. They look good. They look fine. Maybe I'll throw a picture up here so you can see. That was about the highlight of the weekend for me, putting those rods up. Otherwise, it was nice, relaxing. I'd say it's the highlight. My wife did get me a massage on Saturday, And so I went to get a full body massage. I went to swim, sauna, cold plunge, all that stuff. And then I went and I did the massage, which I didn't want to do it. I don't like massages. I don't know, I'm not really into those. You know, like I feel like I'm not really that relaxed, but it was actually pretty relaxing. It was nice. It was very, very, very nice, considerate thing of her to do for me. And so, yeah, that was nice. Tell you what, like, it was my older kids that went with my mom, and you know, you think that the older kids are easier, like it's the little ones that are hard, and then your older kids are gone for a few days and you're like, oh man, the older kids are actually pretty hard too, like really hard, like just in a different way that you don't quite realize. It's more of a subconscious hard. They just sort of, they don't need things in the way that a young child needs things, where you're having to pick them up and hold them and, you know, wipe their bottoms. But they do need things in that they want you to help them fix a game controller, or find a battery, or get a drink, or where's a colored pencil. They want those things. And those things, you don't really think about them as being hard because they're not physically demanding, but they do add up. They add up over time, for sure. So it was a really nice break. Kids came back yesterday, all got together, and you know, it's good. It's always really great having the family back together. It's really nice having the break, but man, I really miss my kids when they're gone. I'm always very glad when they're home, you know. All right, let's do a little cleaning here. This thing, I don't know how I missed this thing. Like, this thing is so dusty. That actually cleans now. Like, it's way, way, way better than it was. Does it clean off there? Yep, sure does. Or kinda. Hold on. Kinda getting that off there finally. Okay. It's a lot better. Still little bits here and there though. Let's see here. Looking a lot better. Finally. I mean, gosh dang, finally. I think that's finally ready to use again. It's weird. Why is that all over the place? It's all clogged. You know what that is? It's probably all that sawdust. At least it's easy to clean. Jiminy, that was so clogged. Is it filter and then gasket? I think so, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Dishwasher would be really nice about now. The thing I like about this sink is, like, if I leave things in there, it's not like I'm putting food waste in here, so, or raw chicken. So, I mean, it's clean in here, you know? All right, let's put all the clean stuff, or at least the rinsed out stuff. Put that guy's in here. here. Don't want to dump that down the sink. That's going straight to the trash. I'm dangerously close to running out of paper towels. I'm trying to charge my phone. I'm having charging issues. Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding me. No way. Okay, hold on a minute. This is insane. No way. No way am I looking at this. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna, gosh darn it. Okay, I wasn't charging at all. That's great. Whatever, I'm gonna take a quick picture of this. I'm gonna take a picture of this, I'm gonna tell you a story. Hold on. All right, not charging at all. Can I maybe change that? All right, hold on. Let's see here. There we go. That thing right there, that's a little gold circle. I mean, as you can tell, obviously. And the place they come from is these balloons. You buy these balloons, and they're in those balloons, and there's like, I don't know, 100 of them inside of a balloon. Well, when my daughter, who is now 7, turned, I think, 4? Yeah, when she turned 4, we got a bunch of those balloons. So this is over 3 years ago. She's over 7 now. We got a bunch of those balloons for that party. And of course, after the party's over, kids get a hold of balloons. What do? They pop them, and those gold things get everywhere. My wife and I have been, Mackenzie, you met her now, have been finding those gold circles everywhere. Sorry, let me backtrack. After that party, we found them everywhere for like, I don't know, a year. You name a weird spot, we found them. I mean, we'd find them in the garage. We would find them in random bathrooms. We would find them in the basement. I'm not even kidding. I think I've got a picture of it somewhere. I found one on the ceiling one time. This was months and months after they'd all been cleaned up. Okay, so, like I remember finding one in the garage one time, months after they were cleaned up, and I just thought that was crazy. Okay, well we're in my lab. We're not even in my house anymore. And we found one. Where'd it go? Wait a minute. Where'd it go? That's weird. I'm just looking at it and not seeing it? Did it just disappear on us? Am I stepping on it maybe? Oh, no, there it is. Couldn't see it. Right there. It's right there. It's in our, it showed up in my lab. I don't even know how it could have gotten here. Like, think how insane that is. Like, I'm like 8 miles from my house. 10. Shame in it, dude. It's crazy. Please tell me this is gonna fit. Barely, but it does. Jeez, that is just insane. Seriously, insane. Like, think about like when you lose something and it just never turns up. Like, I can't, that's like one of those life weeds where you can't not lose it. It will just turn up. Like, try as you might to eradicate it from your life, it still turns up. Insane. It really is. Let me show you this real quick before I forget. Well, let me just finish this off. This is pretty good. One more. I have a lot of these things. The thing is, if I drop this, it's not good at all. We'll start a new pile. I really wanted this shelf for my beakers, and it at least accomplishes that very well. So, okay, look at this. I'll wash my hands. So for this freezer, I got new thermostats, and they are so far working really, really well. I like what I see there. Let's see how this continues to move down, or if it continues to move down. I'm good with 36. I'd like this to go a little lower. I'd like it to get to like -10 actually. But I got new thermostats in here. You can see them right up there. Put this in here. You can see it right up in there. Okay, so I got new thermostats, and here they are. This is what the old ones look like. This is an old thermostat right here. Sean was here with food equipment repair, and he got those taken out for me, put new ones in. So if those work, which I kind of think this is the problem, then basically I'll have paid, I think, you know, I had to pay an extra $800 for the new thermostats, and actually close to $1,000 finding out the problem. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, this is a really good unit, and like I said, new, they retail for like $8,000. So I still think I'm feeling pretty good about what I got, assuming this works. You know, if not, it's a different story. So I can kind of wipe up some of this oil with these. And notice these Kimitech wipes are like a theme in my life. They're everywhere. It's a lot of the oil. I just don't want to, like, you know, push this down the drain if I can help it. Trash is a lot better. It's funny, like in food production, nutraceutical manufacturing, people talk about carriers or the lack thereof. Maltodextrin being a very common carrier. Binders, all these things. Well, like, we have carriers in our own lives. Like I use those towels, those Kimitech wipes to carry the oil, because I just didn't want to dump the oil straight into trash. That didn't feel right, you know. So it's a carrier for the oil. This kind of shows you that a carrier is like it's like a universal thing. You can think about it in food production, but it's a thing. You see them everywhere, you know. Like you can apply that. I should say you can apply that principle everywhere. All right, that's better. Okay, good. I'm afraid today is not the. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have the lab ready to. At least I've done some work on it, though. You know, I don't think I'm gonna have it ready for prime time for the cleaners to come, but I mean, I've done something today. You know, I'm still moving it in the right direction. We're just trying to reset after these shelves got put in, which is, I mean, it's a lofty goal for sure. It's a worthwhile goal, I should say. It's probably just some dried Rubisco, you know, or not Rubisco. It's wishful thinking. More like dried leaf protein concentrate, maybe, probably, yeah. All right, this guy is not fitting on our shelf while I really wish it would. How we doing on temp? 11 degrees, I like it. Let's get down, oh, 10. Pump we'll keep here because, you know, and these we'll keep here, and these. This we'll take back. This truck. And these can go up. It just always feels good to get the sink area cleaned up, you know? Stir rods. Could still get them in there somehow. Actually, better off like this. Okay, are you looking, huh? This gallon that I'm cleaning here, or this jug, it is the ultimate rule, or the ultimate example of the pizza cutter rule. The ultimate example. This thing is more than sterile though, so please fit. Nope. Please fit. Nope. I guess what I can do for top shelf, all top shelf stuff should be really, really big stuff, you know. I need to just get a little stool, I'll put right there, just to make top shelf stuff a little easier. This guy's ready to go home, I think. Hello, little set screw, what are you doing here? Let me Interesting, weird. What is in there? Okay, well, I think this is all right. Just looking for my little motor shaft nut. Where'd it go? What are you doing here? Huh? Think you just leave like that? Know where you came from? Okay, well, guess we'll just leave it here. I don't know where this even came from. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking to myself. I do actually kind of want to find that. Because you know what? Stuff like that tends to go missing when you have people come in and clean. Not that they would take it. They wouldn't have any use for it. It's more of just, it could accidentally get picked up, thrown away, you know, who knows. Oh, I found them. Don't know how they got in here, but my intuition was correct. Let's see, all three of them are right here. They should probably stay where they belong, though, right? With their little daddy. This is their little daddy. All right. 1, 2, and just drop it right in. 3. Cool. Sick, brah. Okay, that's a relief. Let's do a quick temp check. 7 degrees, great number. Fridge is getting a little cold, but I'll take it. 7 degrees on the freezer. It's as cold as I've seen it in a long time. We got 7 minutes. All right, 7 over there, 7 right there. What can we do in 7 minutes? This area is okay. This area is, let's say below average. Let's see what we can finish up over here. I do really quickly want to measure the shelf. Maybe what I can do is get these shelves measured. Go. Put that set screw right there. Okay. This guy right here to dry. This guy right here. This actually is part of this. This really should go back on there so it doesn't smell. Just don't know that I can get it off now. Oh, let's find a part number. Okay, drain, waste, and vent only. I just need the vent portion. Well, it's probably not that big of a deal. Oh, man. All right, let's see here. All right, real quick, I'm gonna get my tape measure, measure those shelves. They're better than they were. Okay. We got a depth of 11.5. We got a height of 10.5. We're going to make that work. And I call that 10.25. We'll call it 10.25, 11.5. All right, what time we got here? Did my timer not go off? Oh, gosh, okay. All right, I gotta go. All right, see you later. See you in just a little bit.
All right, let's see how this works. So I've got my CapCut window open here and just my raw footage. Just took that from the iPhone. Let's take a look at some of this. I'm kind of going just for one clip here. Try to make this as easy on myself as possible this first day. I'm just hoping for another one. Just hoping for another bag on that one. This is good. I like this. This is our shot right here. We got like 2 minutes of this. Cinematic. Perfect. This is good. This is something. What's a good song for this one? Okay, that's okay. We got about 2 minutes of that one. I like that. What else do we got though?
There we go. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, there's my
Oh, no.
ass.
Probably didn't.
That could be funny somehow. That could be funny somehow. I mean, I don't know how today. I definitely will get in trouble if I use that one. This is good. I like this. I actually really like this a lot. This is good. I think with this clip can make it in. All right, I think that could possibly be a winner, 89.12. What do you got for me, 13? I got 4 minutes here. That one's nice though. Yeah, this is good because you can see the whole thing. Let's pick it up a little bit. I need to go in there and see why that's picked up. Like it's picked up right here off of the line slightly. I think this is the one I'm gonna use. All right, let's do this one. 89.12, whoops. Okay, get rid of that. And we're wanting, what, like 20 seconds of this? All right, let's see here. Get my ass out of here. Okay, there I go again. Okay, we'll start like this. This is good. Everything to the left of this is junk. Throwing that away. Right, that's 30 seconds right there. That should be good. I like that right there. We'll cut it right there. And I don't even think I don't think I even need to do anything else to this. I think this is fine. It's just a little clip. It's kind of cool. You don't see it very often. Less than 30 seconds. Let's export this bad boy. So we'll just come up here, export. 4K. We're gonna call this SSG1, actually 2, because I already did one of these once. On my phone, I'm gonna do the music and stuff. Yeah, this is good. Okay, get my phone on. There we go. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is stop the recording on the computer. Get off of me. All right, uploading a video. Let's see here. There it is, right there. Okay, description. Wheatgrass hand-packed by us. What if I say wheatgrass hand-packed by my wife and I? Quick question for you. I was putting a description on this TikTok video and all I've got so far is wheatgrass hand-packed by my wife and I. What do you think of that? Okay, she said hand-packed by co-founder. She thought that's a little more intriguing, so I didn't like that.